This is Damon Stevens of Fimble Builders. Today is Monday, October 3rd, 2022, and the stock market update for trades of the day. Hopefully you're successful in your trade. Hopefully you listened to our video last night and that was helpful for you today as we got into this little rescue operation going on. Hopefully it lasts more than a day, but we'll trade it as it comes and just be safe out there, especially right now with this volatile market. But let's get into some stocks, see what's been going on in this market and how we can prepare for this next day here going in. You can see here Dow Jones closed up 2.66%, NASDAQ up 2.27%, and S&P 500 up 2.59%. And you can see from the heat map here, pretty much green across the board. Tesla's the one that kind of hurt, man. It gapped down. We talked about this last night. There's some weakness there, but I didn't expect it to gap down first. But it did. It gapped down and sold off a little bit here. So we'll take a look at that one. Obviously, there's individual stocks that keep getting pummeled, but then there are great opportunities to get in, possibly for your long-term portfolio and write them up as they get discounted in the market. So we'll take a look at some of those here going forward. Look at the scanner here at FNHC. This one I saw it when it was about 23 cents, but just I don't like trading these low stocks. I mean, this is ideal for like a small account, but there's some risk with it, and I didn't want to take it. And the volume was decent. The increase, obviously, 308%. You can't complain about that one. So if you did trade that one, hopefully you're safe with it and you're successful with it. But I did not trade this one, but did want to point that out on the scanner. The scanner has opportunities to hit it just about every single day. So let's look at the market here. So this is live right now. S&P 500 E-mini futures running 24/6, so we can see what's going on in the market. You see here, we tagged this upper line now 3 times, so we're continue to climb higher in the night. So we'll see once the Asian market opens up and also the London market if we continue to maintain the highs. If we do, look for a breakout above 371 on the S&P 500. And if you do, we may get a rally continue tomorrow. If not, it might bounce off and fall down, and we may have a shorting opportunity. So just keep an eye on the market before you get in. Make sure you know which direction it's going. So let's take a look at what else is going on. So S&P 500 stocks. If you look at all the stocks in the S&P 500, this represents all of them. And how many are over the 50-day moving average, which is typically bullish, and the ones that are under. And you see here, back here in June when we hit the low, we were down at, pretty much almost, a low that we hadn't been since the pandemic. As far as the number of companies, we're down like less than 1% of companies over the S&P 5 or over the 50-day moving average. But you see here, back in August, we were like, higher than most at 92%. So that was that run was huge. Last time we were that high was back in April 2021. But then obviously you can see that we sold back down, came up, kind of did a little bit of a retest of this area right here, and then we sold off, and now we're down at the bottom. We talked about this, that we've been in this bottom here about 7 or 8 days, before we got to bounce out. We're reaching that 7 or 8 days, and we had a nice little run up today. So it's above this candle. I like that because that means hopefully maybe we can go fill this gap and start to climb higher here. But we're only about 7% of companies over the 50-day moving average. So not a lot right now. So obviously more bearish. And then this is the other one I covered as well with you. Just wanted to, show you on a monthly chart. I was looking for stocks that or for other time frames that looked similar to today. This is the closest one I could find, which was the 2008 crisis. And you see here, end of 2006 up to 2007 was the peak. And the sell-off, we consolidated on the 20-day and then came down to the 50-day and then sold off from there. And so, something similar there. We came up, hit this peak, came down here, and now we're consolidating here on the 20-day. And so I'm hoping this does not continue to collapse and fall out. We do have support down here if it goes to 30.66, but we're just we got below our support line here. And so that makes me a little bit nervous. So we just got to continue to monitor that. But this is on a monthly chart. And this is our future in the E-mini futures. So something to keep an eye on. And obviously, there's lots of bad news coming out, and also the Feds are saying that they're going to stick to their guns and continue to raise interest rates to get economy or the inflation in control. So just be careful out there because that news can cause some large swings in the market. Looking at, short contracts, people that are short in the market are institutions. You can see that we're at an all-time high, at least since 2000, the year 2000. So never been this many people short in the market. So obviously mostly bearish out there. And look at the mid-year elections here. So right now, typically you see a September sell-off towards the end, a run up in October to mid-October, and then a sell-off to November, and then a rally up the rest of the year. So we'll see if that follows that trend. Obviously it's not guaranteed. This is just taking averages and, showing you kind of what average has been over the last several decades. Looking at the news here, plan out the news tomorrow. Not a lot. Jobless claims, factory orders. Wednesday, I definitely want to pay attention to. You get new home sales and ADP employment report, and the ISM services index. Thursday, initial jobs claims, and then Friday, I'm going to be paying attention close as well. This could be the next thing, could move the market one direction or the other, which is non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate, which speak to how well inflation is doing or not doing. If you're not subscribed to us, definitely subscribe to and watch our videos and like them and share them so that we can continue bringing this content to you and others. Hopefully help you out in your trading. We also have at finwealthlive.com a free chat and watch list link that you can click on and join us and see that every morning. We post our trades before the market opens so that people know what we're trading and what levels we're looking at. So hopefully you'll find that helpful for you. And if you do want to become a full-on member and join us, we'd love to have you. This would be the dashboard you'd see. Here you'll have a link to live training courses, which is a master class that we have in there as well, with multiple techniques to learn how to trade. And then we have group training and one-on-ones. Let's look at some stocks here. So first, Laura, we talked about this one for a few weeks now. We're still kind of consolidating up here at the top, looking for either break up above 141 or break down below this 127. So we're just kind of range bound. You can trade this range, but it's super tight, so it's very dangerous. So just be careful if you're scalping, because there's not a lot of room on this one. So just something to be aware of. Netflix just continues to grind up here, just slowly grinding up here, trying to get above this 100-day moving average, and hopefully run up here. We got to really get above this 251.50 to run up towards the 200. So hopefully just hold this line. We've been holding it for a while, since July. So hopefully we can just continue to grind up there. So Netflix is, slow is okay, as long as it continues to move in the right direction. Microsoft had that new low put in, nice bounce today, big, huge candle. That's what we like to see. We'll see if we can get another day out of that. Love to see it kind of come up here and work its way back towards the 20-day moving average. But nice strong candle here on Microsoft. Here on a 10-minute chart, you can see kind of what its day was like. So we got this, this low put in here, and then just nice bounce and rally off. Now sitting here underneath this the moving average here. So we'll see if we get a pullback here, maybe a retest and then a run again. Tesla, huge gap down here, coming down. Didn't expect the gap down, but expected it would probably possibly come down lower. And it did. And so we'll see if it continues to come down lower from there. Really, we have our trend line here, just above it. So hopefully we can hold that trend line and hopefully go fill this gap at some point. On 10-minute, you can see, if you did not get this first candle, it was going to be a hard trade. You see this first candle fail here, first 10-minute, and they kind of popped back up here, and then kind of went flat, and then popped up the end of the day. And it's a real tough trade unless you caught that first one. But if you did, congratulations, it was a good trade. Apple, you can see here, a lot of these stocks too, you'll see that they're almost like where they could put either double the bottom in, or on a larger range scale, they're ranging back and forth. So just something to keep in mind here. But Apple did have a nice run, nice engulfing candle. Looking for a run up here to, hopefully 146. If it doesn't, for some reason, able to get into this candle, it may come back down and retrace the bottom again. So just something to be aware of. Nvidia, been channeling down here. Talked about this. It's held in support. Was holding support. It held it again today, which is what we wanted to see. So we'll see if we can get a bounce off of here and maybe a rally up here off of it, Nvidia. But it's just sitting here, just barely on there. But it did hold, so we'll see what happens. 10-year yield finally pulling back. Almost it hit tagged the 20. Now it's almost at the 20. So we want to see that come back. Hopefully that'll give us a chance to get to, let the market rally up here while the bonds take a rest here. On a 2-year yield, same thing, coming down here. Hopefully tag that 20. Allow us to have a little bit of a run here. The dollar kind of bear flag in here. So we'll see if it breaks down. If it does, you have good support down here around 110 area. If not, we got to get back up or just consolidate here for a while. Gold, with the dollar weakening, gold just had a massive run up to almost 1,700. So we blew through that 20-day moving average like it was nothing, and heading right up towards that 50-day. 712 is where we want to go next. So we'll see if we can do that with gold. VIX, nice pullback here after hitting that high there. We'll see if we just chop through here, maybe just consolidates. You see that we kind of did that back here in May of 2022, and then just a short time in June. So we'll see if we can continue to keep this VIX pulled down here and see if we can get some good usage out of the VIX. On a 1-hour chart, you can see it's grinding back and forth. So just something to be aware of. You could catch, you can use UVXY and actually trade this on UVXY index and trade these up and downs if you want. But I'm not. But definitely, anything that's range bound definitely gives you opportunity. So S&P 500, nice run today, nice rally, pull back at the end of the day, sitting here kind of flat, consolidating right in this range right here. So looking for a breakout above, 368 to 371, maybe 374 if we can get a really good breakout. If not, look for retrace and retest possibly 366 or lower. So this is on daily. You see just kind of consolidating here on this range now. And you see back here in June, we just have that one doji there. Triple Qs and we're on those lows. Didn't hit the low, but a nice little bounce off of it today. So we'll see if we can kind of get a rally and run this up on the triple Qs. IWM might be range bound here. I think it might stay in a range here, but nice run today up towards the top of the candle, but did not break the candle. So financials range bound as well. You see here, we had this 2 days in and up and two days and up, and we've been here for almost 6 days. So not seeing the same price action, but definitely at least the same support right now on the financial side. Bitcoin trying to run up here. It's on our trend line. It hasn't broke down to lows, but continues to grind up and try to find some strength to go north. Ethereum, same thing. Nice trend up here. We got below it. So, we'll have to see what Ethereum decides to do, but, it could come down here and possibly and tag this 1200 area and looking for support or, maybe a rally up here. But right now, I think there's a little bit indecision here. I think they're just going to consolidate here until we get some momentum or volume coming in. So that's our stocks, our cryptos. Definitely join our free chat and daily watch list, and we'll continue bringing these videos to you. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Stay safe out there, and watch the price action. Look at the VIX and look at the SPY on the open. And I'd love to have you join us. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.